sweeties, it's Tannen. Welcome back to our series on how to buy a house. Today we're talking about step 3, choosing a lender and a loan. And you may be thinking, why am I choosing a lender now? I haven't even gotten a house yet. Well, it's very important that we find out how much you can afford. 2 weeks ago, we were playing around with internet apps and phone apps, and we got kind of pre-qualified. But we're going to want to get pre-approved, and that means sitting down with a lender, talking about what's in your credit report, talking about specific debts and how they're being repaid, and really getting a good financial picture of you. And this is going to get you pre-approved. Getting pre-approved gives you a couple of different advantages. First, the lender's going to be able to come back and tell you exactly what your home price is, what your down payment's going to be, and how much your monthly payment will be. And your agent is going to be able to take this information to a seller and get you a better deal because you'll be in a much stronger position for negotiating. Also, you're not going to be looking at homes that you can't afford. And the best reason of all is once you get all this stuff out of the way, you're going to be able to close escrow so much faster, and you're going to have an escrow that's got a lot less stress in it. So let's talk about the different types of lenders. So how do you find a lender? Well, last week we talked about finding an agent. And so your new agent is probably going to recommend that you talk to a mortgage broker. And this is somebody that they deal with, probably somebody who can come in and fix big problems like when borrower comes in middle of escrow and decides to buy a new car. That's a huge problem. A mortgage broker can usually fix that. And that's why we all have a mortgage broker on speed dial. Now, mortgage brokers are not actually lenders, they're intermediaries. They have access to dozens of lenders, banks, investors, and even venture capitalists. And so what they do is they take your profile and they shop it around and see who can give them the best deal and the best terms. Mortgage brokers are paid by charging origination points or discount points, or sometimes they're just paid by the lender on the back end, which means you'll be paying a higher interest rate. So why would you use a mortgage broker? Well, because they're magic. Even if you start with a different lender, you may end up with a mortgage broker if you run into any problems with your credit, with the house, or with the market in general, because they have access to more sources of money and more non-traditional mortgage products. Let's talk about mortgage bankers. You'll be wanting to talk to a mortgage banker sometime this week as well. And when I say mortgage bank, what I'm talking about is that brick and mortar building around the corner where you probably already have a checking account and a savings account, and your uncle bought you that CD when you graduated. Working directly with the bank, whether it's a bank or a credit union, can save you origination points, discount points, and even get you a lower interest rate. So you never know until you ask. But don't be discouraged if the bank comes back and says no or approves you for a lot less money than you think you need. There are a lot of different sources of money out there, and we can find them. The company bank. Now, there's a very good possibility that your agent is going to recommend you talk to the company bank, whether that's the bank of Coldwell Banker or the affiliate bank of Berkshire 21. And I highly recommend this as well. And the reason is because when the company that is your real estate company is making a commission on both the sale and the loan, the chances are real good that they're going to be able to save you a lot of money in fees and expenses. And they may even be able to rebate money back to you at the close of escrow. But who needs a couple thousand at the close of escrow? Internet lenders and smartphone apps are function replacing tools that collect massive amounts of data to try to figure out who you are, what you need, and how best to help you. They are a great resource. 2 weeks ago, in the first video in this series, I recommended that you use smart apps to get pre-qualified and to help you crunch some numbers. And now I'm recommending that you go back and get a loan commitment from some of the bigger names like maybe Quicken Loans or Rocket Mortgage, or those might be the same company. So far in my experience, these lenders do tend to have a limited scope and limited products, but if you fall into their target demographics, you might be able to save yourself a lot of time and a lot of money. And that's always a good thing. So, like I said before, I recommend that you apply with at least 3 lenders and choose the one that gives you the best terms. Each lender may suggest that you choose a different loan product, and that's great. Variety is the spice of life. I debated talking about loan types here because whether you're choosing an FHA loan or a USDA loan, whether you're paying PMI or coming in with a 20% down payment, these decisions belong in the lender's office. Now, I know you're freaking out at me right now. Don't freak out. I'm not dropping the ball on you. The last thing you want to do is march into the lender's office and say, Tannen told me I need an adjustable rate mortgage. No, use a tool for what it's for. The lender has had 4 years of financing education and 20 years of experience dealing with people. Let them take your credit history and you and your dreams and get you the product that they think is going to work best for you. Use their advice. They're professionals and they have a fiduciary obligation to you as well. And don't worry about asking dumb questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. If you went to public school like I did, you learned how to do the cosine of y and what is the Pythagorean theorem. But when it comes to finances, you don't know anything about the central bank, how money is created, what goes into the annual percentage rate. That's fine. It's not your job. You became a meteorologist.
In meteorology, Gabrielle Alexandro.
You're going to learn a lot about loans over the next couple weeks. I'm very excited for you. The important thing to remember in all of this is that lenders are trying to make a profit. So shop around. Get 3 quotes. The good news is lenders are required by law to disclose all their fees and all of your costs in advance. So you're going to have days, sometimes even weeks, to make up your mind about which lender you want to choose. You do not have to make up your mind while you're sitting down there at the Navy Federal Credit Union. Go ahead and apply for the loan and pay for the credit check, but reserve your judgment for a couple of weeks while we go out and find a house for you. Oh my gosh, that brings me to the next thing. In our next video, we're going to go out and make an offer on a house. Yeah, you have no idea how fast things are about to unfold. So, as soon as that video is ready, I'm going to have a banner up here linking to it. In the meantime, if you run into any problems or have any anxieties, I invite you to call me or text me or email me or leave me comments below. I will walk you through this. I will give you a second or a third opinion, and I'd be more than happy to help you because we're doing a great thing. You're going to be able to get through this. It's a learning curve, but you're a smart cookie, and I believe in you. All right, I'll see you next time.